We compare two four-star mid and small cap funds that look very similar but could make a world of difference to your portfolio. Dhirendra Kumar, CEO of Value Research, is here to help us understand how. Hi Dhirendra, we talked about Canara Robeco, emerging equities and IDFC Premier Equity, both launched in about 2005. The Canara Robeco fund, while beating the category average in the long term, has always trailed the IDFC Premier Equity fund. What went wrong for this fund?
No, I don't think something went wrong with Canara Robeco emerging equity, because it's a decent mid-cap fund. Just that, and IDFC Premier Equity, and it's a, Canara Robeco emerging is a mid-cap fund by its design. Compared to that, IDFC Premier Equity fund is not. It just happens to be, so far since its launch, it has been focused on mid-caps only. But that is not necessarily by the mandate. And particularly in times, when lean periods of the market, IDFC Premier Equity has been able to capitalize with its contrarian bets, or a fairly offbeat portfolio, and a pretty large one at that, with a very unusual portfolio to guard its downside, and that has come in very handy. Even today, the top holding of a 3,300 crore fund, and Kaveri Seeds is its top holding. That looks very unusual. It behaves very differently and has succeeded.
Dhirendra, so which one of the two funds would you recommend to investors, and what kind of investors would be, best suited for this fund?
Of course, aggressive investors seeking, extraordinary return from equity. Both funds are choice only for those investors. But if I have to choose one of the two, I would go, the kind of market weather we have been in for a long time. Both the funds have not seen any good market in a good part of their life so far. I would say I would still go by, IDFC Premier Equity, simply because it gets impressive by the day.
Dhirendra, I think we've got time for one viewer query, and it's from Prajesh VK. He recently invested in Kotak Gilt and IDFC Gilt funds. He wants to know if should he redeem the units due to the recent rate cut. Does it make sense for him to do that?
Yeah, a lot of opportunistic investor moved, fixed income investor moved into Gilt fund anticipating a rate cut, but based on what we saw in the announcement by the RBI governor, I think it is about time that investors should take their money out from Gilt fund, move into dynamic bond fund. Dynamic bond fund can heavily invest into Gilts if they need be, and keep away from if it is not opportune. So give that mandate. Don't take a call yourself to be in a Gilt or in a certain kind of. Don't decide. You hire a fund manager and incur the same cost, so entrust that responsibility of choosing where to be to the fund manager with a dynamic bond fund.
Okay, Dhirendra, good having you on the show.